Hello everyone, my name is Esther Molina. I'm a journalist specialized in innovation, entrepreneurship, startups, and technology. I am a co-founder and CEO of WildCom, an agency that communicates high-impact projects, and director of the Comms and Content department of the growth hacking company Product Hackers. During the quarantine, I also created a community of women startup leaders in Spain called Female Startup Leaders. The impact of COVID-19 is causing a profound effects on the entrepreneurial community. 35% of the entrepreneurs who were starting new activities were forced to stop their plans, and 4% have already abandoned the idea. Although 61% of these initiatives continue their development process. The greatest challenge of entrepreneurship now is to reactivate demand and supply in order to return to a path to normality as soon as possible. And to do this, we must become more creative, more innovative, with new pillars and dynamics. It's important to respond to new social needs. If we talk about female entrepreneurship, the latest international studies show a profile of female entrepreneurs between 35 and 44 years old whose decision to undertake the challenge of launching a business is motivated by the lack of alternatives in the labor market in 41% of the cases. It seems that men are more motivated to undertake this challenge due to so-called push factors, while women are more influenced by pull factors. That is, men undertake more out of opportunity and women out of necessity. I disagree with that. Regardless of gender, when a person undertakes, they do so because they cannot find sufficient reasons not to do so. We start and launch our projects when there's a minimally viable product or service, an innovative, different idea, and above all that, a lot of energy and a lot of coffee. If you are not sure that your idea has a good chance of succeeding, don't do it. Everyone can be an entrepreneur, but not everyone is ready to be an entrepreneur. In any case, women entrepreneurs seek to develop a business project that offers them a future projection and the opportunity to take charge of their professional careers. Being the owner of your destiny is priceless. 60% of women who decide to launch a business abandon the process, despite the fact that both men and women show the same intention to do so. Although it's true that in recent years there has been progress in gender equality in the workplace, the entrepreneurial initiative is still a step behind. In fact, in the latest Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report, we can see how the presence of women in the entrepreneurial process is very poor, but also in the creation of the business and in its management. Similarly, businesses created by women expand more slowly and tend to be smaller. But female entrepreneurship is something necessary in developed and developing countries for work and family emancipation. So, what factors are causing this gender gap? First of all, we find female employee discrimination. When facing professional life and also personal life, women consider themselves less prepared or with less aptitude to launch a business. Have you heard of the imposter syndrome? People very aware of their limitation, self-critical, who constantly question themselves. The imposter syndrome, in really, does not understand gender or sector. It manipulates silently so that thousands of people, especially women, with managerial profiles question their own abilities. Another big problem is conciliation, of course. The responsibility of caring for minors or dependents continues to be mainly the responsibility of women, assuming a job shift that on many occasions makes it impossible to reconcile the situation without any support in that environment. There are no measures sufficiently implemented to favor flexibility and teleworking. Only 1 in 5 startups in Spain is led by a woman. More figures. 62% of women launch a business alone compared to 26% of men. Men often start in groups, the most common being teams with 2 or 3 other founders. Fashion, leisure, culture, health, and robotics are the sectors with the highest presence of female entrepreneurs. In addition, there's a greater presence of women entrepreneurs in rural areas, this is important, that compare to cities. Generally speaking, the number of women entrepreneurs is increasing, and the gender gap in entrepreneurial activity is narrowing. According to the latest global report on female entrepreneurship from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, between 2088 and 2019, the gender gap in entrepreneurship fell by 5% in all of Europe. In this complicated global context, entrepreneurship with purpose is key to economic reactivation and contributes to a balanced and sustainable development of the world. That is, if you're going to launch an enterprise, whatever the sector, make sure that your purpose improves the environment that surrounds you and the lives of the people. Create something, improve something that other people need. That is the key. In a context where society demands greater social responsibility from companies, impact entrepreneurship is an opportunity that women are making the most of and finding ever advantages. Technologies such as big data, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, the development and management of robots and data, or even contactless technology, or sectors such as e-commerce, the optimization of digital challenge will grow over the coming months. So, will all the tools that facilitate the new forms of the future of work and the future of health, for example, e-health, telemedicine, digitalization of the customer experience for care health or patient management in hospitals are going to be fundamental, and it's interesting, very interesting, to see opportunities for entrepreneurs there. So, thanks to the Foundation Female Forward campaign and Mediterranean Tech Women Week for inviting me to speak with you today. Be brave, and if you have a good idea, make it happen.